Hey guys, it's Connor aka Ogre coming at you again with a little update video. Now let me adjust this really quick here so we can get my beautiful ass Stonehorn in the picture. Yay! I was hoping to get his little bird in the picture there because he's so badass, but I don't think it's gonna get there. I stuck him on top there. I thought that was pretty cool. So guys, back to my regular Mojo Dojo. It's time to just shoot the shit, talk with you guys about what's going on. So, what's exciting, what's new? Well, as far as hobby goes, nothing. I haven't been able to paint, haven't been able to do any work in the hobby world at all. In going on 5 days, 6 days, I've been absolutely overloaded with work from school, and it's getting pretty tough, so it's probably going to remain like that for the foreseeable future. Maybe get a little bit of painting done on the weekend, because I really would like to just finish off my last Ogre, and then move on to some new and exciting projects, such as the Skaven Maneater, the Paymaster Maneater that's coming in. But above all, there's big news, the buzz, the new competition. So, since Nobbleherder and I first met on this wonderful forum that is Ogre Stronghold in the Nobblehog community, we dabbled with the idea of doing a competition. And this competition, we wanted to be similar to, I guess, no, similar and not similar in the way to the legless and armless Iron Blaster competition. We wanted something fun that the entire Nobblehog community could get involved in, and others, and something that could involve both of us. And we thought, what better time to do it than both of us getting to the rank of Hunter on the Nobblehog, or on our forum profiles. We both got to 100, that's 500 plus views. So we said, hey, what better time to do this than now? So let's do a Hunter competition. So, you know, people have been, I've heard a couple comments being like, and even if people haven't said it, I know they've been thinking it, oh, well, Hunters don't play well in the field. Why do I want to make a Hunter? Well, number one, I actually think they're quite underrated, and I think if you field them with two saber tusks running across the field, I think they can do some pretty good damage. And of course, I mean, if you're into the super tournament hard lists, okay, maybe then it's not your thing. But what about putting him in a Maneater squad? What about turning him into a Bruiser? Or not turning him into, I mean, if you buy the GW one, it's a gorgeous model, and believe me, it's huge. Like, he's the size of a Tyrant. It doesn't show it in the picture, but I saw one in the GW store on display. It's a big model, I assure you. It's very large. So I'm going to see if I can't get my hands on one of those, because I'm doing a little bit of trading right now with some guy who's looking to get rid of some Ogre stuff, and I'm looking to get rid of a ton of Space Marine stuff, which I will post some pictures up to see if anyone else wants any of this other stuff, because I do have stuff that's ready to give away or trade. So basically, yes, I'm super excited about this competition. I hope you guys are too. It's going to be a lot of fun. So the premise, if you wanted to know, it's easy. Just go on to the disclaimer that I'll put up. It's a really great disclaimer. Explains everything. Great detail. Telling you what you need to do. What are the rules? Well, not rules per se. We're quite lenient. We're not judging a figure skating competition here. We're just trying to have fun. And we want you to add a beautiful model to your army. And at the same time, have a chance to win a Forge World Thunderlord on a Rhinox or a Thundertusk Stonehorn model. I think the idea, hopefully, if you do win the Thundertusk Stonehorn, you turn it into a Stonehorn, make a Hunter. But then again, if you've already made a Hunter for the competition, which you must have if you want it, maybe you want a Thundertusk. But that's up to you if you win the prize. So, needless to say, we're both very excited about this competition, and I hope you guys are too. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to start on my own hunter when I get the time. So hopefully that time becomes available to me in the near future. I just noticed a little something on my miniature I'm going to fix up. I'm going to make the gold a lot more shiny on this guy. Let's shake up. I don't think I'm going to use this gold. I'm going to use something else. Let's get that Auric armor gold. Where are you hiding? A really, really beautiful shiny gold that is wonderful for doing highlights on pretty much anything gold. And like I said before, guys, I'm going to be doing a video soon on the color wheel, which I think is a very, very important part of miniature painting that is completely and utterly overlooked. And it's very, very important to know. Sorry if that just got loud. I just had to lean into the camera. The basic premise of a color wheel is to look at primary colors, secondary colors, and tertiary colors, and what their let me shake up this paint. What their composition, hue, saturation. Sorry, I just hit the camera. What that means for designing a model, painting a model. The colors that are going to work with each other, the colors that are going to crowd each other, and create maybe a bad composition. Now that's not to say that you have to limit yourself on what paints you can use, because by all means, never ever ever restrict yourself on if I painted for instance this guy blue, if I painted the fur blue, now a color that wouldn't necessarily match up with blue is red. I believe the color for blue is orange. I believe I could be wrong. Double check that for me. I believe the color for blue is orange. Now that technically works on this model. That's why I did it. And even if it's not one of the two colors, as you can see, it does match quite well. And it's the GW scheme. So I'm assuming they probably got it right too. So we have like a burnt orange, and we're matching it up with colors that I want to draw your eye to, aka the pants on the unit, the blue crystals, and I'm going to go over in just a minute the lore behind Stonehorns, because I read up the lore in the book, stuff I never knew, and it was super, super interesting. And yeah, I have a blue talisman hanging off the back. The shield, if I can get it in the light here, has blue, some green. There's nothing wrong with throwing in a little bit of colors. But you want your primary colors that are drawing the eye of the audience to be colors that are going to be complementing each other. Like I said, that's not something you have to do. And I was just on a blog looking at some other guy's work, and he had basically Nurgle units, and the Nurgle units had tons and tons and tons of different color, blood and green and like lots of little doodads hanging off them and everything like that. Looked fantastic. But if you want to do yourself a favor and make painting easier, and so let's say you're not the greatest painter in the world, I'm not, you can use these colors to make your life exponentially more easy. By doing so, you make the model much easier on the eyes with little to no effort, just by using, think of it as like a freebie. By adding colors that work, you can just, I hope you know what I mean, without me sounding like I know everything, which I don't. But that is the color wheel, and composition and complementary colors are not a lie; they're a real thing. And anyone who's doing like interior house decorating and stuff like that is going to know that stuff very well, because especially when you're doing houses, it's very, very, very important things to know. So right there, I put on some like more shiny gold onto the trim of that dwarf shield, which looks nice. What I'm going to do right now, I didn't really bother doing it on this base because I didn't think it really needed it, but I'm looking at it now and I think it could just use a touch of brown, because my other models do have brown on them. So if we can just snag a Mornfang brown out of my gigantic tub of paint. How many paints do you guys have? Because like, I feel like I have way too many, honestly. Maybe I don't, maybe I do. But I guess there's no such thing as too much paint. There'll always be a time when you find one. Recently, my two favorite paints that I've found that I'm loving the color of is Warpstone Glow, and it's just, I mean, talk about a gorgeous green, like gorgeous green. That is the nicest green in their line, in my opinion. And Enchanted Blue, which is by far my favorite blue in the entire line, and I think I've mentioned that before. So with those, actually, those are, you know, you've got. What I've heard is that this is the closest to Cyan Blue, the actual primary color. The perfect blue to use on a color wheel. I'm not sure what the perfect red is. I know it's not the Wazdaka or the Fire, you know, those reds and stuff. An actual primary color red is more of a magenta. So I'm not quite sure what the name is. But you know what? It's not something you have to really worry yourself over, because if you just... you know. Ooh, that looks good. What I'm doing here is I'm just doing a really, really light dry brush with Mornfang Brown on the dirt. Making sure not to go over 15 minutes. We're at 11, so I'm gonna have to cut it short eventually, but that's okay. That's okay. Just put a little bit of Mornfang Brown. Hope I mentioned everything about the competition. I don't want to sell it short. It's going to be super, super fun. And, you know, I'm really hoping that eventually... I'm just going to call him Hagrid, whatever our Over Tyrant's name is. Hope he comes back soon, because I'd really like to get a partnership with the Ogre Stronghold YouTube page. Just to bring more traffic to my blog and to, you know, just get more feedback on my YouTube videos. Although I'm grateful, you know, I have had great success with the YouTube videos. If even my videos, they're not getting very many views by any means, but I'm getting a lot of subscriptions. I get like probably a subscription a week. And I am extremely grateful to you guys who do subscribe, and like I should be saying at the end of videos, if you like these videos, please like and subscribe. Go check out my blog. Make an account on the blog. Even if you're not an Ogre player, but I mean, I'm sure for the most part my viewers are Ogre players, or painters, hobbyists. I really, really encourage you to get involved. Come talk. Send me an email. Anything. I love talking. Anything that's going to benefit you, in the sense that if there's anything I can help you with, I will most certainly try. And it's going to give me some spotlight, and that's what I'm looking for at the moment. I want to gain a little bit of popularity in the Warhammer world. You know, you look at people like Warboss Tay and Girl Painting, and you know, the list just goes on and on, who have, you know, great viewership and a wonderful fan base. Now, by no means are my videos to the quality of Warboss Tays, or anyone for that matter. These are quite crude. I don't do any editing. But I ramble, and some people seem to like the rambling. And there is a niche for that, I think. In fact, I've dabbled with the idea of perhaps doing a podcast. Maybe you guys should give me some feedback on what you think of that. Because if it is something that you'd be extremely interested in listening to, well, I could give it a go. Although I would need to get myself a mic, and that would be a pain in the ass, because I'm pretty sure that those mics cost you an arm and a leg. So we're at 14 minutes now. So I'm going to cut this off in about 30 seconds. So again, I will just say, this hunter competition that's going on is going to be so much fun. Please, 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 get involved. You will not be disappointed. We are going to have a great time with it. And hey, why not paint up or convert an awesome model for your army? You can convert it, and then you have a chance at winning a Forge World Rhinox. Or hey, just buy the GW one, that's more my style, and paint it. And you have a shot at a equally as expensive, really, Stonehorn. So, again guys, it's going to be a great time. Please, jump in, have fun, it's going to be awesome. Get your hunter on the go. Peace out.